Hello everyone, today we have the third game of the World Chess Championship. So today the Nepomniachtchi played as white and Ding Liren started as black, and the Nepomniachtchi, as you can see on the board on the left, first played d4, and in response black played knight to f6, trying to control the center and developing his piece on the early stages. So the third move here was the c4, and the white is trying to flank the black towards the king gambit, and then black plays c3, and he is preparing to in next move black is just preparing for d4 d5 pawn. So knight to c3, trying to protect this pawn, and the Queen's Gambit is an essential guest at World Chess Championship, with memorable games in the legendary clashes between Capablanca versus Elkin and Kaprov versus and Kasparov, among others. Now the black plays pawn to d5. The next move, which is fourth move, the black takes with the c pawn, c takes d5, and the exchange variation was Kasparov's favorite. And what does the black play in the next move? Black takes back the pawn at d5, and now this pawn is protected and attacked at the same time. White plays g5, trying to pin the knight to the queen. So the black has only one legal move here. He has many moves, but oftenly played you can just take them. You may move your pawn to h7, h6, or you just develop your other pieces. Here the black played knight c6, completely ignoring the bishop. And now the white plays e3, and white plays h6 is a delayed move. In the 90s, moving the h pawn is the exchange orthodox position. Like this was considered an opening mistake. So this is one of the clearest changes in theory in recent years. The computer showed that it's okay to play like this, and also started to indicate more active plans for the piece, like advancing. So black takes his bishop back to h4, and now if you take this move back, and now this move e3, I think it's quite aggressive move here now, because you are blocking the bishop, and in the next move you have protected this square if bishop anyhow moves from this knight from advancing. So bishop to h4, and now black plays e7. This is a close variation, and it's ready for the castle on the king side. So black plays d3, and he has built a pyramid. So now black castles on the king side. Ding Liren has some experience in this position. Ding Liren is playing as black, and he has secured his king. So it didn't come as surprise to Nepomniachtchi. Two of the Chinese GM's opponents decided not to put the queen on c2 so quickly, but he had no trouble equalizing those games. So in the next move was played queen to c2. This move in the next, here you can see this move with this bishop, black has completely locked the whole file, and black can just simply give the check in the next move. But this square is also protected by the knight, so it's not that much difficult. So rook to e8, and knight comes to e2, and now white is going for the castle. He can castle on both sides. He has developed his pieces, and now he has to connect his rook. Black played bishop to b7, and now at this game you will see this knight is stuck. This knight cannot move towards the center because now these squares are under attack by the pawn, and you cannot just break this pyramid of pawns so easily. Black castles on the king side, and the move which was played was e5, a5. Ding repeats what he had played in a rapid game against Giri last year. Black has options that are more popular. This game was already been played. Actually, sometimes you have to constantly learn new things and try to improve, and if you don't, then you can just repeat the game, and your opponent has already analyzed how you play, how much time you take to move a piece, and all about you before he comes to challenge you. So next move white plays was the a3, so stopping the further development of pawn and getting it to its territory. So this is not an easy move. So I think the idea is to already prevent the b file and b4, because if the b file b4 comes, now in the next move is definitely b5, and now in the next move black can just simply play b4 and advance this pawn. Although it's a bit curious that this is done before the pawn reaches b5. So h5, a classic queen Gambit move, exchanging bishops are relieving the position. So we just play knight to h5. So now it will be a queen's pawn Gambit. If black plays he can bring just his piece. He brings his pawn to c5 or to d4. So knight to h5, bishop takes another bishop. So now the bishop has moved and bishop taken the bishop at e7. The queen takes the bishop, and now at this stage black can just with this bishop give a check to the black king, but this won't do anything. So in game you should always look for checks, but not some which you should always look for the moves which have some weight. Queen to e7, rooks come into the action, and now white goes to the center with the rooks. The plan is knight c1. So the plan is knight to black has to play this knight to knight c1, f3, and play e4 to an opportune moment, but black will avoid this in the game. So the black plays knight to f8, and in the next move knight, as you can see, the white moves his knight to c1, and now the game continues, and the white has control of all the control toward the center. Now another knights come into the action. So Ding had played all this before, and only here a novelty is played. Nepomniachtchi didn't get any advantage and will need a better idea if he wants to repeat this open. So knight to e2, trying to stop these knights from advancing. So the next move was f2. Now the game is now to c5. Sorry. So Ding follows the same plan as his game against Giri. The bishop to b5, attacking the rook, and the f4, and the rook to d8. D takes c5, does the job. Now you can just, it's a good move, you cannot just simply say. And queen takes c5, the pawn and now queen is in the game. Queen to d2, and black plays d7 trying to exchange the rook. So black plays d4. Black plays bishop to d7 and took the rook. So here the black plays knight to d7. It's a great move by the Indian, a great way to recapture. The knight goes to b6. Black's position is more comfortable, but Nepomniachtchi plays with precision to preserve the balance, as he has more experience. He has been playing with the Magnus Carlsen. Now black plays d4, attacking the and trying to exchange the knights and opening the file for the rook at e1, which black didn't take. And now here the game ends towards the repetition. Now the black has lined up his queen and rook. So next move was played trying to attack the queen. Knight to c4 saves the queen. Rook to c8. Black moves. So knight to a4 trying to threaten the queen. It seems strange to place the knight in the corner, but in this case the move is useful for expelling the queen. You have to just get this queen away so you can just get the control of the center. So the next move, queen moves back and the rook comes into the center to e1 and queen to f6. The queen is back, trying to get back into the queen, and the knight to b5. Another knight that leaves the center and goes to the corner. It's the best move. It's the best move here. Where the knight is trying to exchange the knight to c7, d4, and now we are on the e6. Knight to e6, knight to b7, and they have been playing 2 or 3 games. c7, knight to d4, knight to e6. An important draw to restore Ding's confidence. He didn't have any problem in the opening and can now try to press with white in the next game. So as you have witnessed that this game has ended in a draw, where they have repeated constant three moves. So this game has ended, and now 2 games of the World Chess Champion has been drawn and only 1 point, and the Nepomniachtchi is up by 1 point. So tomorrow in our game 4th of the World Chess Championship, there will be, let's see who wins the chess title, because I think the both players are 3rd and the 4th in the world, and they are good players, and they will be dethroning the Magnus Carlsen. So this was it for today. This was our review on the 3rd game of the World Champion. So make sure to like and subscribe, and we will get back to you with more videos and the game 4th of the World Chess Championship. Thank you.